welcome back to Relics of the Past. As I'm the DM for this wonderful campaign, Salt the Cobalt, and I'm gathered by the same crew as we always are. Our Boo, who is playing,
I'm Count Eiko. Ooh ee ooh ah ah ting ting wada wada bing bang. Ooh ee ooh ah ah ting ting wada wada bing bang.
And there's a copyright.
What the actual hell? Why?
my two other players, Ayers, Dare, and Nate, who are playing brothers.
Oh, the name's Abe. It's good to see you all again.
The name's Kain. I don't know what to say here.
You know what you should say? Ooh ee ooh ah ah ting ting wada wada bing bang.
Shut
Ooh
up,
ee
old man.
wada bing bang.
Guys, the old man's
Alright.
up to his old shit again.
Of course, our sweet-talking player, ever silver-tongued devil, modern Viking.
Playing Michaeleen of Kaidala. It is a lovely time to see you again.
And our glorious singer and storyteller of a player as well of Siren.
Hello, I'm playing Estrella Palmer. It's nice to see all of you again. Oh boy. A lot has happened lately.
I traumatized another person.
And I'm essentially incubating a rock egg. But it is an egg. It needs to be kept warm, and I was worried that the box wasn't warm enough for it, so I haven't tucked in my bosom.
We don't even know what's inside of it.
Not yet. And after the last couple episodes, I do need to restock the materials because I've used most of them.
How many materials did you end up using, Abe?
Okay. Well, there are 20 storage rooms, as well as a large materials warehouse on the Seraphim. There are currently only 5 storage rooms that still have anything in them, and none of them are full.
Okay, yeah, we need to go resource hunting. But if I remember the last session, Priestman gave us a fetch quest.
Yep.
Fetch quest!
Yes, the Karingal priest named Father Kells gave you a request as to head down to the old southern library of Mandex. That's in Vril now.
Does this mean hold on? Does this mean we're going to be doing an escort quest next, where we have to walk behind someone really slowly?
I swear to God.
Isn't like walking with me constantly an escort quest.
Pretty much.
No, we walk
Actually,
ahead
yeah,
of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't walk behind you anymore because we can't just use you to throw into caves.
That means you're missing out on my close-up magic.
When we all can literally cast magic pretty much in some shape or
Okay.
form.
No, he's
Yep.
talking about straight up stage close-up magic.
I
he's
know.
quite literally talking
I
about
think it loses
cards.
its effect in this world. I don't think it's as
Well, can't other
Well, you can
casters
explain
feel it when
magic.
other casters use magic?
Alright, be right back.
Are you pausing the recording?
Here's why I think why performative magic should still be important in D&D. Well, typical D&D magic is either some form of energy or mana, which it's explainable. Normal close-up hand magic, that's a lot harder to explain.
If you don't know how it's done, yes.
Exactly.
Hold on.
There's still a mystery to it.
Yo, what the
fuck? With that,
Because
on your way by, you guys did pass a large city that was one of the 2 major cities in Mandex. The city of Chrysos, which had a grand cathedral in it. Which is the head grand cathedral, which is worshipping the Maker, which is both Mandex's and Volmerica's most prominent religion.
Well, I don't know about any of you guys, and we may be on a fetch quest, but as I just stated, we need materials badly.
do you want me to fetch something from the market? Just in case. I don't know if we'll need them, but I want to try and find baby clothes.
I don't think
Hold on.
it's gonna be a baby.
We don't know. We really don't know.
It's an egg. It is an egg, and it needs to be incubated. When it gets hatched, it's going to need something to wear.
It could be a
It's
baby.
a rock with a weird thing inside it.
It is an egg. It needs to be kept warm.
I mean,
It could be the end of days.
it's quite possible that it could come out as a baby, or that nothing could happen, or we'll be chilling one day and suddenly there's a 40,000-foot monstrosity outside our window.
It's made up of us.
Exactly,
We
and
won't
there's
know
some...
until it actually.
I want to know what this unholy being looks like.
Looks like a little griffin. Looks like a little
Above
griffin.
board.
It's not my
Kain,
face.
above board. Kain, you peer inside. All of a sudden, you see a little massive blob, and so just give you the middle finger.
And
And at that,
Wait, what gives me the middle finger?
The thing on the inside of the rock that,
the egg, the rock egg. It's a
I'm
rock
gonna
egg.
jokingly. This is all above board. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, it reminds me of Dad."
Hang on a sec. I got the perfect.
Is it going to turn into Sun Wukong?
It might turn into something like that, but I got the perfect thing for the
None
middle
of us
finger.
are well, actually, kind of. Actually, no. I'm not a monkey.
no.
Hang on a sec. I got something.
I'm the closest one to human in our entire group. And wait, harpy.
Technically, I'm a little more closer. I'm just a canary happy. Hi, Viking sister.
For those of you who are tuning in, my sister will be playing in our campaign.
So this is basically what made me think of rock egg, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cylon, but I was explaining something to the viewers. This is just audio, by the way. My sister will be playing in our campaign, but later she needs to get her character fleshed out. But she's joining us for this campaign.
She is joining as a substitute, or is it substitute or pop? I think it's
Possible new member.
It's
New member?
50-50.
I know Jawbone is unfortunately unable to play at this time.
Yes.
We miss him.
So to
His
put something
seat sits
with you-
empty.
Yeah, his seat sits empty. Vikings sister and stuff showed interest, and I'm always welcoming to new people who show interest in the hobby. I mean, always want to expand and create out. It's the best way to grow D&D and introduce people to this wonderful concept.
Indeed. And now, back to the roleplay.
Thank you. So, you did pass the city of Chrysos, which is one of the two major cities of Magic. And in both of them, they have basically sibling cathedrals. One a touch grander than the other, but both of them siblings regardless.
Who just left?
Eiko did. Oh, there he is. Michaeleen probably. And the is so. With that, your course is set, but you do have. There was another So, I'm gonna say everyone's in the map room after this, kind of trying to figure out best course of action, at least.
We're back on the surfing?
Yes, I'll say everyone collectively. Again, you guys were on your way back from the small town.
While we were gone, how much of the preparations for the actual building of the city have the Odons done?
I'm
Right.
going to say, at most, with the amount of time spent, they have gone the goods that you gave them unpacked and organized, and have gone the very beginnings of the outline of the base platform going.
I mean, I figured first thing first, they'd probably do another factory in order to have more workforce.
Oh, then they.
Self-replicating Nodos. Or
Okay,
Odons.
then. So then I'll say they have a mixture of all their stuff's organized, They are beginning to start the outline for the main platform, and they have the beginning base, like a physical base for the factory lined out. They're doing multiple things at once and stuff to be most efficient.
Nice.
Okay.
But this estimated project and stuff, depending on how fast things go, even with self-replication, introducing more nodes and stuff, it is a rather large project. So I'm gonna say at least 5 months, maybe 4 if you rush.
We are going to have to make multiple trips because eventually they will run out of materials.
You can make them mine.
Is the land underneath us rich in resources? Is there a way to check?
That would be a mixture of nature and history checks. Go.
I think I have the best nature out of everyone. No, I have
Ooh.
+3.
Let me check mine.
What
I gotta go look
nature
for
and
Kane's
what
stats.
kind of checks?
My nature is 5.
Mine is 5 as well.
Okay.
You're not all roll
It's
nature.
not the folder I was trying to find. I wanted
think
to
that
open
would, I
this.
think that would be best for maybe Abe to do so with a suggestion of it.
What is the
My
suggestion?
nature is only 3. My history and nature are 3. Wait, hold on. Wait. Could like survival play a key in here? Like,
My history
Survival.
is plus.
Nature for this.
because I have a +7 in that.
I have +4 on that.
Anyway, Abe, what did you get?
17.
17 altogether. Your knowledge of Mandex, both history and nature-wise, they do have their own natural resources, but they're rather limited and small compared to most of the places. Along with that, they're a money city. They are more so buying and selling of goods than they are mining and drying.
City or country or whatever it is.
Mandex is.
The
so
country.
the entirety of Mandex.
Yeah, the entirety of Mandex and stuff is very much culture, buying, shipping goods. Again,
We got a massive mountain down here, so that's probably where the mining goes on.
yeah,
But we are
If
way
any.
up at the top of Mandex, aren't we?
yeah,
Well, we're not crazy up near the top. We're near that,
middle-ish.
yeah, we're near kind of the middle-ish. Where did I put the... Oh, I remember where it is now. But yeah, like the small
Or
ridge
like-
of hills there.
Or like here.
Give it a second to load.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are sitting rough there. So, in theory, yes, you could totally have a production plant that's mining resources from the mountains and ship it through there, but it would have to be very sneakily, if not underground, which that would take much time and resources. So it's easier just to get shipments lined out. And remember, they can also recycle their waste. So if an Odon breaks down to the point where it's not useful anymore, yes, it is, just it's now raw material.
Raw material to either make parts for the city or more Odons.
Exactly. So regardless, anything you toss their way, they are going to find a use for at the end of the day. So then.
Hey, Salt.
So then. Yes?
You were saying how we flew over one of the cities.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I looked into it. I did do a history roll in the city.
Is it on the map?
Unfortunately, it wasn't marked yet. Again, so okay, so you see that X, where the three-way split on the pathway, right there. So if you go a touch lower than that, that's kind of like where the edge of the city lower, underneath it. There you go, and to the left, other left. There you go. That's area
right.
is where the city is.
That's to
Sorry,
the right,
to me it
not
looks
the
like-
left.
I'm sorry. Right, you're correct. Anyway, but yeah. So basically, that big area is where the city's at, and the cathedral's roughly in the center of it. Like basically, it's about 2 blocks over from the town hall of the city. So Kresos is that one, where that city is, but there is another city that is further north, or called called Kalkos.
Okay.
Which has the sister cathedral in it as well. So you guys can visit either or. But Christos would be the better one since it's further south than where you guys are at currently. So you guys have to go through that. Along with that, the mountains are going to pose an issue. Like, okay, above board, Dare, what was the max height limit we gave your ship? Like 5,000 feet? Or 50,000 feet? Anyway, the mountains exceed that limit greatly, so you can go over them, just it would take time to go over them.
I always forget the sheer fucking size of our world.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like friggin'
Gigantic.
One Piece levels of big.
Anyways, so it would be easier if you guys go around the mountains. So either you go more to the west, as around that end, or a touch more to the east and basically cross over Kyla again.
I think we should probably go southwest and go around it, because then we wouldn't have to go back through the desert. And besides, it would technically be longer, since if we are currently right here, we'd have to go all the way around and through this little passway here. Instead of
if we do
go straight
is it
down
the
this
same
way.
question? Is it the same desert that we went through before, or is it a different
Yeah.
Yes,
desert?
it's the
Same
Alacrian
desert,
Waste.
there's only one desert.
Oh, so we might come if we do go through the desert, we might come across the thing.
The Arathnica?
Yeah, and we could get some good supplies there.
Wouldn't the Arathnica still be at Arathnica?
Yeah. So the Arathnica caravan, you guys know this since you guys are citizens of Arathnica. The caravan basically will make a trip around the world, taking about 1 to 3 years, depending on how the trip goes, and then sit at the city for a few years and then rinse and repeat. So currently it just came back, so it's going to be a few years before they get ready to send her on another caravan.
Oh, cool!
It's
so we
on
can stop there and
cooldown.
restock.
Yes, but it's like way further back than where we need to be.
Yes.
Oh,
If we wanted to restock, we could go back to Kaidala.
I mean, we could try the city.
We
If
certainly
we
could.
split up, we cover more ground.
But simply with the way it is, you can make it back to the city in like an hour. Half an hour if you push the engines.
what if we throw all the Odins off?
That's a
Well,
dumb
you-
idea.
Well, actually, no. You did unload how many tons of shit off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Hundreds of
Who's
tons.
a potato?
So
Oh yeah, the Seraphim is fucking huge.
Okay,
It's
so I'm gonna say
essentially
with
like a Star Trek
all of
ship.
the hundreds of tons of stuff you dropped off, I'm gonna say you might be able to make.
I don't know if that was a hiccup or something, but bless you.
If you push it 15 minutes. 15 minutes with the amount of weight you sheared off. Half an hour if you take normal speed.
That's
Fuck
to
it,
the
we
city we
ball.
passed over.
That's the one you patched over. Yes.
Okay. Well,
Which is
probably best to go to that city because I don't know how much more resources Kaidala has for us to purchase.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, we don't
buy
want to take their
the
entire
outhouse.
stock.
keep in mind, Kaidala is in the center of the map and is the trade hub of the world. Once all of Abe's stuff was purchased, very quickly, like within days, stock came back through on caravans and stuff.
I will say that the trade again, it's the heart of the world, so there's always trade coming in and out of it. So
There you go.
yeah, so they do replenish.
Very quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you guys if you want to go to the new city or go stop by Kaidala again before
I
continuing
suggest
downwards.
put it this way. I say new city because, well, new city.
We've been to Kaidala.
Let's go.
We
to
could always air quotes fast forward it, say we restocked in Kaidala.
No, I do not want to fast forward this. I have plans tonight.
Oh no, I'm saying we can fast forward, say we restocked in Kaido already, and go to the new city.
But we'd be passing over the new city.
And we would
To
pass
go
over the new
straight
city to
to
go to Kaido. Let's just go to the new
Wow.
city.
So you.
I'm pretty
guys
sure
have-
if we don't, we'll get railroaded to it anyways.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to railroad.
It's cool. Sometimes we need railroading.
We do, absolutely.
Yes, Dirty Jerk was had.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys have decided to go to the city of Chrysos.
Yes.
You guys proceed making there. So Dare, do you have the engines throttled to make it there in 15 minutes, or do you take a half an hour flight?
Half an hour flight.
5 minutes. 5 minutes go by.
Can I make
people-
lunch in that time period?
Sure. You proceed to make lunch. Make me.
All right, I'm going to make a cooking roll. That is a 13, and I add what to it again?
Survival.
My survival. So that's plus 4, 13, 14, 17.
17. With what's available, at least, the pantry. Right, the Odons don't eat, so the pantry's still fairly well stocked. With what's available, you managed to toss together a rather decent lunch. Are you going
Okay,
for like? So
Do
are
we
you going?
get any temporary bonus for that then? 'Cause usually when I cook, it gives
Yeah,
us some
temporary
kind of.
bonuses. Yes. I'm gonna say for right now, at least, the ingredients you have are good, but they're fairly mundane.
Okay. So
Hey,
do we get like temporary
you-
hit points from it then?
One temporary hit point from it.
Oh joy!
I'm sorry, if you got a better roll and stuff, you would have gotten more, but that's what I rolled.
Well, them's the rolls of the dice.
Temporary hit points are still temporary hit points. Anyway, and the temporary hit points last until the next dawn, so you guys will have this until you guys basically tomorrow.
Or until someone flicks us on the ear.
That too.
Throws stone at Eiko.
You leave the old man alone.
Please.
You're not alone!
Please.
Get over this. The bit is
I'm not
over.
actually doing it, but it's funny
And-
to say it.
Anyways, you guys proceed to land, and so the city of Chrysos does have a large park in it. Similar to Centra, it's big enough for you to at least
The Seraphim is not the size of Central Park, is it?
Wait, so you're saying we're just flying into the city and we just land in it, no questions asked?
I'm pretty sure there would be at least some kind of uproar at that.
Like somebody's gonna fucking. It's a
I mean,
monster!
if we land in the middle of the city, we are absolutely crushing buildings.
Okay. Then you
Could
land on
hang banners of the Order of Aethor, letting them know that, hey, we're with the Order.
As we crush your homes.
Yes,
you
that's
have
great
landing
advertising.
craft, you not?
Don't these people
do.
hate adventurers already?
Yes, the Seraphim has landing gear. Okay. How
Not
big?
You got like little
landing
skiffs,
craft,
little like
landing craft.
Yeah, well, okay,
little
yes,
skiff.
we have little skiffs to like go down, but you're not
Yeah.
saying that we're hovering over the city. You just said we land in the city, which is here's the buildings. Oh, look, there's no buildings.
I said large park. Large. Big enough to...
I'm just bringing up the fact that we're flying over and into the city without anybody asking a question.
How big is
Like
this
how-
park?
How big is the Seraphim? It can't be as big as Central Park.
No, it is
Why the fuck is it as big as Central Park?
because
Reasons.
the flying factory.
It's about the
Okay,
size of
okay.
Central Park's actually a really good size comparison for this.
Okay, this park is about 8 Central Parks put together. Again, it's a
That's
big
not a park,
city.
it's a friggin'
Yeah, that's
forest
the
or a
fucking
field.
forest in the middle of a city. Jesus Christ.
What about Forest Park?
How big is Forest Park?
Forest Park is the largest regional park in America. The entire neighborhood of Forest Heights is inside of Forest Park. Washington Park is inside of Forest Park.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Forest
point.
Park is huge.
Fine, it's the size of Forest Park then.
But I thought Wyoming was the biggest park.
That's a bit too big. Then there is no city if it's all Forest Park. There is no
also a city park.
Put it this way, there's a chunk in the city that's big enough to house the Seraphim.
It's big enough to
I
house
feel
a
like Salt
fucking
just
dragon.
for some reason really wants us to park inside the city instead of outside of it like we normally do.
Fine, then park on the outside.
No. I have no issue with us parking in the middle. I'm going to write down here that there's big ass fucking space of emptiness in the middle of this city, though.
Is this where we're gonna put our embassy?
Absolutely. And have it be the
It's gonna
biggest
fill the
building there.
park. It's gonna fill the park.
I'm gonna say construction site then. Again,
What's the name of the city again?
Kresos.
Kresos.
Literally Greek word for gold.
Oh, okay. Spelled the same way?
Yes.
CHRYSO with a little apostrophe above it, and then S.
So are we going back to Kaidala?
No.
No, we just parked in the middle of Kresos.
We just parked in the middle of.
Kresos.
Well, forgive
Chrysos.
me, I was getting some more dinner.
Oh yeah, no. The Seraphim is about the size of Central Park. Okay.
Well, of
And
course
We
it is.
just parked it in a park.
we just parked it in the middle of the fucking city.
There's a
So
little bit of parkception in it. A little bit of parkception in it.
little bit.
Except for this park is the size
Don't-
of 8 Central Parks, apparently.
Parkception within
I'm
parkception. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
hash browns
Like, you
don't
guys-
die. It's
I
bad for your
said it.
health, dear.
Big park. Lands in
Just
the middle of it.
wildlife
You guys
conservation.
immediately come up with qualms. Of
It could just be
being-
it could just be conservation land.
Makes sense at least. That's all we
No, no.
ask.
I literally have a description for this city right here, okay?
I hate
Chrysos,
to break it to you
one of
guys,
the
but
two-
this is- I said I hate to break it to you, but this is our DM we're talking about. He almost never makes sense. Unless he's been bludgeoned with a hammer, or,
That's
you
a
know, you
very good
distract
point.
him.
Very good point. Anyways, here's the description I have of Kresos so far. Kresos is one of 2 major cities in Mandex, with a huge space of fucking nothing in it.
Well, it's got something in
No,
it.
it's trees. It's trees. It's a park. It's got trees.
It's a nature.
Look, I'm telling you right now, if there were trees, there's a lot less right now.
Oh yeah, we definitely figure
Okay,
that.
guys,
We just
I'm being
stomped on their
serious.
nature conservation.
We have made them a new
Can we
football
just
field.
say that the massive empty plot of land in the center of the city doesn't exist, and we are just hovering like hundreds of feet
Nah.
above it, and
This
we
is
come
No,
Come
down?
now.
I love this too much now. It has to stay.
Okay, fine.
I had a sip in my drink. You said that foul thing. It goes out. I come this close to puking.
It was beautiful to
testing-
watch.
You're testing the DM's patience. I can
He
hear.
has stars. It's a fair
We
trade.
can see the sparks flying out of his ears.
I can hear him fuming from here. It
Any-
smells like burnt spam and rubber.
So you guys want to continue playing D&D or just roast meat for the night?
Let's continue playing. Come on.
Burnt
Gross.
spam and rubber. That's what he smells like when he's
All right,
fuming.
enough
Anyway.
messing with Salt.
Anyway,
Bully him.
let's haze.
And we bullied me again, so we can continue.
Anyway,
So then, as you guys land, everyone collectively does notice and stuff that at the side of the Seraphim does grow a small crowd. Well, again, you can imagine the response and stuff. There's a bit of a crowd and stuff, but more so people interested and kind of amazed by it. The thing. Because Mandex, being very much enriched by the technologies of the past, seeing it, has kind of brought into imagining, like, hey, look, someone got one operational again. And instead of being gazed upon with eyes of fear or worry, it's being gazed upon with eyes of wonder, curiosity, and profit.
Amorous.
Did you just say profit?
Yes.
Until they find out we're adventurers, they're gonna be like, fuck you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be, because Mandex just hates adventurers.
They hate adventurers. They see the Order of Aethor as a service.
Yeah.
So,
In the DM's exact words.
Of course.
we're not
So-
adventurers. We're
how do you guys-
mainstream.
We're traveling.
How are you guys? So, I presume you dropped the plank like you did for Kaidala?
Yep.
I'm a jump.
No.
I can't jump. I have the baby with
walk.
me.
What is wrong? Oh my god, not the baby.
You know what Eiko's gonna jump?
Please put the rock away.
But he needs to be incubated.
And I can see Abe. I can totally see Abe as just whisper to like one of the Orons and stuff. 2 Orons right next to
Odon, not
What next
Moron.
whatever Odons. Walk next to my sister's character. I forgot her name for a second.
Estrella.
Estrella.
It's written on Discord. You can just look on Discord.
His brain don't work too well.
He don't know
Yes,
me
you guys
very
keep-
well, do he?
You guys keep fucking trying.
Anyway,
So
I'm
just adding fuel to the fire. We're just gonna keep bullying you now.
jumping off. He's jumping out of that. He's jumping out of the server.
And just jumped. He gave no fucks.
Yeah, Eiko's jumping as well.
You land to the ground. Do you want to go hero landing or splat?
Superhero landing.
I'm going to
I want
use,
him to belly flop into the ground.
I'm going to use Draconic Flight, and my spectral wings will pop out, and I will slow my descent and land gingerly.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump off the side and shoot my gauntlet grappling hooks to the side of the Seraphim and descend.
And rip
So,
Man,
like
everybody
Spider-Man.
wants to copy Kain with jumping off.
Well,
I'm not jumping
monkey
off.
see, monkey do. Okay.
I'm not jumping off. I have the baby with me. Something might happen.
Not a baby.
The rock.
It's an egg.
Estrella.
It's
Okay,
an
I'm gonna
egg.
say this just for the thing. Two Odons proceed to grab the thing and run into the ship somewhere. You cannot find them.
It really cracks me up that everyone is jumping off except the one who has natural wings.
Did I have natural
Estrella
wings?
No, you have
Estrella,
spectral wings.
You have
She
spectral
quite
I have
literally
natural
has wings.
Hold on. I have natural wings.
No, you do not. You have
You
tentacle
have
wings. It's different.
sludge that can turn into basically a squirrel suit. That's what you have.
You have
Estrella,
porn on your back, all right? That's what you have.
Estrella walks off.
Hentai!
Estrella walks off. She's kind of stuffed her. She's lifted up her blouse a little bit. And she's kind of. She sticks her handkerchief in it because she misses the egg, but she knows that it's safe on the ship. So it's like she needs a ghost egg.
Okay, as she's doing that, the other of Michaeleen's gauntlet grappling hooks fires back up, grabs her, and yanks her down.
I was coming down, she says, covering the ghost egg to keep it from flying out.
King Kong,
I
what do you
was
have
coming
there?
down, Michaeleen. What if that were the actual egg? You would have scrambled it.
It wasn't.
Eiko, what does your King Kong have there?
A knife.
No.
Who gave the monkey a knife?
Guys, careful, my asthma. If I laugh too much, I will have
Did
an
you not
asthma.
see Planet of the Apes? We don't give monkeys knives.
Oh no, dear, don't get too close. That dog has a knife.
No. Oh, if we're talking about dogs, I
I'll be
gotcha.
right back. I'm going to get popcorn.
This is the closest thing I own to a real life version of Gub Gub.
I forgot about Gub Gub. Oh my god.
Context.
Shame on you for
Yeah,
forgetting Gub Gub.
You're right.
Gub. Oh my word. I have to make Gub Gub has to make an appearance now this episode.
He'll
Gub Gub-
appear one day.
Isn't Gub Gub on the ship?
No, he's not. Thank God he's not.
He might be.
Oh God.
No.
Who knows?
As soon as
Gub Gub
Abe
is-
is able to figure out surveillance cameras, they're being installed.
Crystal ball.
Yeah, there we go. Just crystal ball.
You can create like daggers of scrying and stick them into the walls and have it be transmitted to a crystal ball.
Anyways, so everyone proceeds to make hero landings and stuff. Abe, I presume you walk down the plank and stuff like a badass, flaunting your trench coat and stuff.
I'm the only one who just comes down like. Suck
I
it,
love
bitch.
the idea that it's an escalator and he's like
And just Abe's just sitting there like.
Oh, no. No. Okay, I'm making this canon. The ramp has a hidden feature that no one ever decided to use. Abe, at the top of the step, like, clicks a button with his heel and stuff. All of a sudden, the ramp.
Did I hear my name?
Yeah, the whole ramp goes. Just a platform comes up and it starts lowering down.
Yes.
Escalator.
Yes, that.
Quite literally, like the freaking cargo lifts that you see in sci-fi movies all the time.
You should roll a d4 to see how many minutes it takes for you to get to the bottom.
He didn't realize it needed to be fast. How long is the ramp?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Roll a d4.
Well,
see how many minutes.
here's
it
the
takes.
thing. All right, the ramp would go from like the bottom floor of the Seraphim to the ground, so it wouldn't be too crazy. It would still
Well,
be at least
It is.
50 feet.
Let's see how many minutes it takes. Roll d4.
It's taking 4 minutes.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. You all
I
jump
just
down.
staring
You all
at you as
jump
you, like,
down.
slowly go,
Down on the ground waiting for you, like
No. Abe, kind of noticing how awkward this is and stuff, kind of like behind, like puts his hand behind his back and stuff, like hits a few buttons on his wrist. All of a sudden, music starts playing and stuff to give him a bit of a better entrance.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
2001: A Space Odyssey is what.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. No. All you hear is what's the song that Megamind played when he was doing his like the final fight?
Oh, welcome to
welcome to the jungle.
Yeah,
No,
just
I
welcome
think
to
it
the
was
jungle. Starts
Highway to
playing.
Hell.
welcome to the jungle. Games.
You're a villain, all right. Just not a super one. What's the difference?
Presentation.
Presentation.
Anyway, let's get going. So
This is all going.
everyone
on
proceeds to get on the ground at
by the
least.
way.
The entire crowd is keeping a safe distance of 100 feet away, but there is one small gnome being followed by a small group of what you presume to be workers, employees, or servants that's rather quickly approaching you, Abe.
I'm a running kick.
Oh god.
What-
Abe's gonna
what are
click
the
a
races
Hey,
of the
pick the
people that are.
no. Abe's
What
gonna
are
just
the races of the people that are coming along with this gnome?
You see what looks like to be and stuff a small half elf girl wearing a blue hood with a mixture of a blue cowl mixed on with simple robes. Along with that, you have a very tall Goliath looking fellow walking behind him, and then a skinnier wood elf that seems to be walking aside with, and a few others mixed in, maybe a dwarf or two.
Abe's just gonna press a button behind his back as the ramp starts to go back up. Guys, they've started a union.
It's like anyway. Anyway, the gnome proceeds to walk up to the base of the tower. I presume you start going back up.
No. I just continue down.
Okay. Once you kind of get down the ground, the gnome is kind of waiting for you, about like maybe 5 feet away from where you're at least. Are you the fine owner of this vessel? So by any chance, have any of you ever watched the TV show Arcane?
Yes.
No.
Does he look like Heimerdinger?
No.
Very similar to Heimerdinger, but more gnome-like.
Okay.
Wait, what did you ask for a role?
No. Okay, hold on. Do you guys just know League of Legends at all?
No.
No.
Okay.
I have a wife.
Fair enough. Imagine a very small dude, like literally about this tall, covered in hair.
Oh.
Timo?
My reaction to that, I was going to say, is I've gotten laid.
Smaller body, bigger head.
Oh my gosh.
I will not.
See, interestingly enough,
What
I've
is
never
this?
played League of Legends. I only know it from Arcane.
Same.
This?
What is
And-
this?
Anyways, he
Ah.
walks up to himself and he
King
seems
Kong
to
with
be
a
very
knife.
bubbly, very happy, and very much excited, like almost like a child on Christmas level of energy and stuff, seeing something like this.
You know what? Can I
He's
roll
basically
history?
20
Have I
years.
seen someone of his species or race before?
Sure, roll history.
Trying to be extra racist, Eiko.
Abe steps
no,
off the ramp.
Please don't.
That's a dirty 20.
You have seen many gnomes before, and you can't remember his name as well, but you do know he's actually one of the major heads of the households of Mandex.
Oh, guess he's not going to be.
I'm gonna stand in a much more proper stance.
Abe is going
I guess
to... Oh, sorry.
regally with my countish nature.
He's counting on his fingers?
No,
Abe,
just
Abe,
just
what's
gonna
your
stand
passive
regally, kind of like Count Dracula or something.
What's your passive perception, Abe?
Count from Sesame Street.
I believe it is 13, but let me double check. It is, yes, my passive perception is 13, but Abe is going to step off of the ramp, and the ramp is going to immediately roll itself back up into the ship.
Okay. As it proceeds to do so, it does that. You just naturally looking around, you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye, shift of movement, you kind of shift your gauge slightly. Of course, no one sees this. And you see that Eiko has changed his posture from his normal to a bit more standing up straight, a bit more proper-like.
More proper.
After, like, you see him, like, looking at this gnome that has approached you.
Oh, shit.
So, am I correct? Are you the owner of this fine vessel?
That I am?
Owner, builder, pilot, you know.
That I am. I
wonderful.
own, designed, and built this ship.
Oh! Splendid! And I love amazing craftsmanship. If I am Xander Cogwinder, and they're of the Cogwinder family. I'm the head of that household. It is a pleasure to meet you as he extends his very short gnomish arm and stuff to give you a handshake.
I will bend down slightly in order to reach his hand.
You should have definitely like crouched down, like getting on your knees.
No,
like,
I'm not
talking
an
to a short
asshole.
person.
Hold
No.
on a moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
both Michaeleen and Boo are...
Did you say Cogwinder?
Yeah, it's Cogwinder.
Is that the same back on the Baron's ship?
Was there a Cogwinder on the Baron ship?
Or am I just confusing things?
I think you might be confusing things.
The Mechanical Man. Who was the Mechanical Man made by?
Oh, Arthur Coronel.
Ah,
You son
Sorry.
of a bitch.
What?
Continue.
I have a
Anyway,
question.
Yes?
With all of Michaeleen's traveling, has he ever met these people?
No, you have not, but you have used their creation. The Cogwinder family are the ones that have basically rebuilt and got a tram system working in Mandex. and it's one of the biggest technologies. They are the owners, proprietors of technology, and keep it operational for it. And they make massive profits of it, shipping goods and people around all over the place.
Hmm.
All right,
May I continue?
No.
please do.
Anyway, he proceeds to again. His hands are fairly small. He's only able to hold like 2 of your fingers at least. His forehand stuff thing, but he makes do with it. Anyway, he proceeds to give you a very vigorous handshake and stuff, very happy and excited. At least, by any chance, Hans, would it be possible if I could take a tour of your fine vessel then?
Not at this moment. However,
We're here on work. Maybe
am,
after.
I'm currently
What do you
here
mean?
on business.
Ah, I see. What kind of business particular and stuff? I might be able to see.
Well, we recently dropped off a shipment 90 more materials.
Oh. What kind of materials you're looking for specifically? Yeah, I do have several warehouses under my control. Oh.
Don't want to get too much into it with all these onlookers here, but I do have a list for that.
He just looks over his shoulder and stuff. Just looks around. And just kind of gives a general shooing motion to everyone so the crowd just disappears.
Nah, I think it would be funnier if he would say like "Begone, cretins." You're
like-
in
You
my
know,
way.
you know what? Can Eiko just say that? Be gone, cretins.
He just looks behind. Well, shoot. Nothing to see here. Shoot. Just like there are a bunch of dogs just curious about something, and they just filter back into what they were doing previously.
Cogwinder, I do need lots of building materials, as well as metals. We also need to restock our pantry.
I see. Well, how about this? You give me that list of materials you need and stuff while you show me a ship by any chance? I'll consider the tour of the ship payment for the goods.
Deal.
Free shit, bet.
You can tell once you accepted that and stuff, his eyes light up even more so like they couldn't even get like could they get any brighter? And apparently they did.
I guess Michaeleen will accompany them as sort of like escort, also to make sure that make sure nothing goes missing. What better way to catch a thief than with another thief?
Very good point.
I might have Eiko explore the city.
Estrella looks at Michaeleen. Do you want me to help you keep an eye out for this thief?
No, you can go into the city if you want.
I'm just, I don't have anything to do. I would just probably hang with Abe.
I'll see what I can do about finding groceries, and if you're available later, perhaps you'd like to meet me for a drink.
I think I'd like that. I could use one.
She gives him a little brush with her wings before she flip flaps off. God, I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Is it me or is she being extra nice to me?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I have to fight every urge not to make fucked up jokes.
So then. Anyway, the game plan proceeds to lower down again, and you guys take the way up and you begin the tour. Or you start describing various parts of the ship and various compartments, what you're willing to disclose, at least for the current moment. Michaeleen, during this tour, I'm gonna have you make 3 perception checks for me, okay? I'll have you make.
Oh, goody! I have got good perception.
Oh, you do. You're a thief.
That is a 15 plus 4. 15, 16, 17, 18. That's a 19.
Okay. For the first, no, you don't have to make them back to back. I'm gonna have you again. I'm gonna draw these out a bit during the Torah. So
Okay.
the first one, as you're watching for at least, you see what you see nothing out of the ordinary. Like standard movement. You don't see anything that looks suspicious.
All right. Do I need to make another one?
Not yet. So, Abe. Abe, you currently on the first bottom floor of the ship and stuff. Where do you take him next after showing him a few things there?
Yep, on the 4th sub-level, which is the very bottom of the ship, we show him the mobile bay workshop, the hangar, which is basically just where we came out of.
Mm-hmm.
There is also the main ion cannons in the front of the ship, near the bow. On the 4th sub-level, there's a couple storage rooms, and the cargo lift that leads us up to the 3rd sub-level, which is the main launch hangar.
Okay.
Where all the skiffs are?
Where all the skiffs are, where the planes that are being built are.
MTTs.
The AT-ATs.
And not AT-ATs, just MTTs.
For now.
MTTs are the droid transports.
This is part on the 3rd sub-level is part that I will not show him, and that is the power plants. The reactors, the forge source.
So you won't show like the primary reactor.
Is the sword the forge source?
Yes. I will not show him those.
Okay.
No, wait, is the sword powering the ship, or is that just the caravan?
So, the reactors, the 5 nuclear reactors are powering most of the ship. The sword powers the lighting and the forge itself, as well as the 18 cannons on the 2nd sub-level.
Yeah. The sword is more so acting as a supplementary power system to help reduce the strain on the nuclear reactors.
Pretty much, because Abe trusts them, but he knows they could be better.
Yes. Again, he doesn't want to overtax the reactors, otherwise...
Boom.
You have 5 nukes in your ship. It's not gonna end well.
We don't want a flying Chernobyl situation.
No, we don't.
How likely am I to survive explosion as a puddle of slime?
0% chance. Vaporization.
It will literally vaporize you.
Oof.
Let's not
Your
explode
turn.
one another,
Your
okay?
turn to
Need I
pile
remind
dust
you,
and
we have
blow
an
in.
egg to take care of.
I only blew someone up one time.
Well, don't do it again!
So,
You have to be a good example for the baby!
Anyway, the tour
I'm not
continues.
even sure if it will turn
Use a
into
little
a
bit,
baby.
It will, it's
we make the
egg-shaped.
third-
Babies
we
come out
make
of eggs, everyone knows
we
that.
make me my second perception check.
Okay.
Perception check.
That is a 12 plus 4, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Nothing again. You notice nothing whatsoever.
Michaeleen is still looking at them with suspicion because he knows the kinds of people that live in Mandex. So,
Okay, so up on the 2nd sub-level, you do see the rows of the cannons on both sides of the ship, which is very spread apart. Like, you're not able to see one side and be able to see the other side. So, there are also the ammo storage, and the main warehouse is also on this floor.
I see. He looks around the warehouse storage and what size of people do you have of working your main this particular warehouse?
He's just gonna.
Like your height.
So Abe is just gonna like stare at the guy
People?
as there's like 50 Odons walking around. No idea what you're talking about. Nobody works the warehouse.
I'm kind of looking around, realizing that, hold on. My apologies, Odys. My excitement has blinded my eyes. How tall exactly are these Odons of yours, anyway?
These mechanical
Exact
men.
height. Mechanical men.
He has no idea what they're called. He
My apologies.
refer to them as mechanical men.
So, how tall? What's the exact height of these mechanical men you have made?
Yeah, each one is supposed to be 5 feet 5.
5'5"? Oh, okay. Then
He
you're...
hates them immediately because they're taller than he is.
No, he has no qualms with it. Your shelving could be better and more optimized for the height. At least, if you go down directly to the top of their heads, give you maybe about make it 5 millimeter. Your client should be able to have much more shelving unit, which will allow you to store more boxes and stuff in here much more efficiently. And he gives general good pointers of adjustments that could be made to the warehouse to increase efficiency.
They have stendo limbs.
I thought about that for a second.
What are they, like XJ9 from Teenage Robot?
My
Or
life as a
Inspector
teenager
Gadget.
about was a good show.
Yes, it was. It was a banger show.
Honestly, my brain went straight to the robot butler from Meet the Robinsons, where he just fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was unexpected. Pops a fruit hat on his head. As was that. Why does your dog wear glasses? Oh, because his insurance won't pay for contacts. And they end up with a pet dinosaur.
Alrighty.
So done. Anyway, the tour continues even more so. Michaeleen, roll again.
He's gonna have to make more than
That
3
was a
jumps.
natural 20.
What was that?
Natural 20.
Okay. You finally see something that actually looks suspicious. The half-elf lady that is been wearing the blue robe, cowl, and hood, but seems to, like, it looks like she passes something to the Goliath man behind her. And just, it's like a casual, just not looking, not talking, not saying anything, just casual passing it over.
Michaeleen's gonna go and tap Abe on... He's gonna go stand next to Abe and tap him covertly on the forearm. And give him a sort of look like...
What a feeling. So now we will move past the next level. Which the first sub-level is merely just cabins, kitchen, pantry, greenhouse. Basically living commodities. That's right below the deck.
As we go to the greenhouse, Michaeleen is going to be a little bit more
Tense.
protective and tense.
No. That's why I said we bypass this whole level. Like we're literally just going straight past it.
Okay.
I'm not showing them that because if they are stealing stuff, they're not taking our stuff.
Especially the egg. If they take the egg, there will be hell to pay.
I'm more worried about Michaeleen's potted plant. And you know why.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we are now taking them onto
They'll
the
be
deck.
meted by a puddle that tries to attack them.
We are now taking them onto the deck. With the deck side cannons on either side of the ship.
That can fully rotate around.
Anyway, Xander is absolutely amazed by the entire tour of this ship, giving multiple compliments and stuff and asking questions about the way. At least, like, how long to construct various systems and just genuine crafting and knowledgeable, asking for insight on it. And Abe, give me an insight check real quick on this dude.
Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Hey, Mama.
I'm gonna turn the washer on because I need to wash those clothes. I just wanna. get on your microphone. They got me going.
I believe that's
Anyway, washing
Dean's
machine's gonna
mom.
get it going, but
I have the number if you want to wait.
I'll just wait. Okay, it doesn't sound that bad. His mom did just start the washing machine, so you can. And the number you have is
22.
22. For the inside,
Mm-hmm.
you can tell beyond a shadow of a doubt that the gnome, he has not a single lick, drop, ounce, smidgen of ill intent in his actions, behaviors, none of it. Not a single lick. He is genuinely just curious and wanting to know more about the ship and wanting to learn.
What about
That's
the other
biggest-
two?
The other ones, I only asked for him, not the others.
Okay. I wouldn't be
Michaeleen-
looking just at him.
Sure.
Hmm.
For the others, at least, the others, you get the general feeling similar. Oh, yeah. Yes?
Michaeleen would like to try and sleight of hand pickpocket the Goliath to see what was passed between them.
Okay.
And I'm really good at sleight of hand. I got a +6 in it. 16. So that is 20. 16.
22.
22, right.
Okay. 22. You effortlessly grab the thing that was pulled, and you simply find it to be a small rock with some light carvings on it.
Okay.
When you said rock, I was gonna be like, they took the fucking egg.
Did they
Roll
take
an
the
Arcana
egg?
che- Okay, make the natural consumption. Roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh, good. I'm good at Arcana. No, I'm not. I have +3 in Arcana.
Kain has been oblivious
Doesn't
this
matter,
whole
that's,
time.
17.
Just
Am
walking
I
along,
am
not
I
really
able to
caring.
see Michaeleen?
What's your perception check? Roll a perception check to see if you see him pickpocketing.
Okay.
I got a nat 20 on it.
On
Oh,
that,
wait, no,
okay.
I didn't get a nat 20.
dirty 20.
I got a dirty 20 on that.
There you go.
It was a 16 plus
I got a
6, so-
19, so I probably did see him, but
You noticed. Michaeleen, you can tell absolutely it's just a rock with carvings in it.
Okay, then I'm gonna sleight of hand put it back.
Maybe it's like a betting system between them.
Wait, before I put it back, I want to. Wait, I didn't get it. I was gonna do an Arcana check on it, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I
Make
was.
sure they
I,
didn't steal
I
the
got
egg.
I got a 17 plus 3, so it was 17, 18.
Dirty
A
20.
Very charity would change. Your Arcana check reveals, like I said before, just a normal rock, not a single ounce of magic on it. Just a rock with carvings on it.
I'd like to memorize the carvings.
Sure. I'm gonna say it's basically this shape of rock, and it basically has two curls that kind of go from the these angle anyway. Basically, kind of curl up and round like that, kind of making two little eyes on it, with two additional little scratches on either side, not connected, and stuff on the point. And that's
Right.
it.
Michaelin's going to covertly drop it behind the guy and sort of like,
You dropped something.
How did that slip out of my? Oh, thank you. He goes down and proceeds to pick it up and just puts it back into his pocket.
Not happy with me, so there you go.
okay.
so I'm gonna look straight at them, like all three of them. Why are we here?
Oh, Xander will proceed to kind of tilt his head confusedly. Spontaneous ethics. No. I'm sorry. What's that stuff? What's that once? Philosophy. Spontaneous philosophy question.
No, I mean, why did you want to be here
Oh,
on my ship?
few simple answers for that. And first and mainly, flying ship. These have not been around for the past 400 years. It is good, sir. I thought previously a dead technology that won't be around for another 1,000 or so, but here it is standing.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been if it weren't for him. Says that in character.
Besides from that, at least I was looking to make a bargain with you, at least about possibly getting the blueprints or designs for this.
Off the
It's just
table.
being- If I'm correct, the tram system my family runs and allows the transportations of goods and peoples throughout Mandex rather easily. But it still has wear and tear on this. If I had access to the blueprints of the ship, or at least a fraction of the technology on board, but I would be able to advance and greatly bring this world back to its former glory. I would greatly implore, or you at least show me a list.
That sounds amazing. Still off the table though.
Hold on. So, I don't know if anybody heard me before. I did say I went along with these guys, but I have not been paying attention at all. Okay. I'm going to walk up to Abe, look at the gnome gentleman, and be like, can I borrow him for a second?
What is it, Kain?
Think about it. It could be a really good opportunity. You don't have to give him the full specs. Just give him a few hints here and there. Maybe some form of trade you could work out. Get more materials, more sources, more allies. I know you want to build that city eventually.
I have a suggestion for you, Kain. Abe.
Did you
Give
walk
him
up
this-
next to them?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Give him the specs for the skiffs. They're small, nowhere near the technology needed for something this big. That small, they can't do much damage.
The issue is the power that they have is essentially a battery that's powered by the nuclear reactors.
Now, hold on. You could make a trade deal out of that. And a really good one. You got control over that power source. He could have to buy the batteries from you.
That, or
I mean,
have the only person able and knowing how to operate and or maintain / build it be on-site Odons that he then rents from you.
I'd like to thank you. I'd like to assume while all this is just going on, Eiko, as he's like in the town, as he's in the city, he's just at this like really dive bar, and he's just with like other rich people, and they're all just smoking cigars, just going like laughing at poor people.
just Hayako sitting on a porch smoking a cigar.
He's just
Look at all
sitting
the
in a
people
dive
walking
bar with
around.
other
No,
rich
he's an
people.
old guy, and we've established that he now has medical marijuana. So
Oh, that's
he's
true.
smoking a blunt.
He's smoking
He's
a blunt.
not smoking a cigar, he's smoking a blunt.
He's sitting on a porch, smoking a blunt, like literally, like up on a terrace, right?
Yeah.
Sees a
Oh, no,
small
there's
child
just
trip
very
and fall,
little-
just starts laughing
There's
like crazy.
just very little tension for Eiko right now, as he's sort of just enjoying the city.
Yeah. Again, you enjoy being around other rich people for once.
I mean, aristocrats.
We're not poor.
Aristocrats, because technically Abe is rich. He's just not fancy.
He's just kind of
Aristocrats.
stupid. He's stupid.
Anyway,
I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm just saying he's stupid.
anyway, back to Seraphim.
But yeah, think about it, Abe. You could use this as a really good opportunity.
The gear, what clockwinder was it?
Hogwinder.
Hogwinder.
The Cogwinder
You
family
pronounce the
is
W with a touch of a V, no, so Vinder.
the Cogwinder is a very prominent family, and they are able to transport many different materials everywhere around Mandex. This would be a lucrative business opportunity for you.
Okay. I do see what you're saying.
Like I said, have a Odan or a Nodo clone or whatever be the only one who knows how to operate and maintain the thing. That means no one outside of you personally has any inkling of how to operate the power system. This would protect you and everyone else should they think to use it for nefarious purposes.
I'm going to walk back over to
Xandar.
Cogwinder. Okay. I'll tell you what. I still won't share the blueprints with you, but what I will do is I will give you 15 of my Odons who are able to build these smaller skiffs that we saw. They are able to build, maintain, and operate, and they will be the only ones who can do so. In exchange,
Finnegan.
We've already made the deal that I give you this tour for the resources, which is fantastic. In exchange for this, trade exclusivity with my city that I am building. Direct routes for trade. Direct routes for transporting goods. And you'll owe me a couple favors.
You see him genuinely kind of take the offer you then. So you are planning to build a city then?
That I am. See, here you are, wanting to bring the whole country, the whole continent, back to what it used to be. I want to do the same. However, I plan to do it from my city.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is an opportunity where you and I could work together, and you could be credited slightly. Don't you want to be part of the group of people who brought back the old tech?
Well, my family, we've already been doing that. Again,
The issue is that your family has been doing it for how long now and had no success? Or barely any? Congratulations, you brought back Katram. I did that when I was an infant.
I can attest to that. He was capable of that.
You choose it over. Agree to the terms, but I want you to improve my tram.
You want me to improve the tram?
It's easy. It's like
your hover technology alone for the basic skips. I already thought about half a dozen different ways to apply it to the tram system to make it move rails that move faster.
Well, for
Which I
one
can put
thing, the
together.
trams wouldn't need rails to go on.
Exactly. But the rail system gives them clear, safe routes to go out throughout, moving through the city, instead of having to be guided.
Kane's gonna.
You get the
Okay.
idea I'm trying to lay down with that.
Kane's
Yes.
gonna speak up a little bit and be like, "Could you not just use magnets to keep them in check? There's no drag and no resistance. It's just a field pushing against a field."
Well, the issue with that is braking is a lot harder. Because you're essentially, at that point, making a railgun.
What are you two talking about?
But what about reverse thrusters?
Well, I guess
I'm
reverse
sorry.
thrusters could be a form of brakes. Either
I
that or
barely am
airbags.
able to keep up with them.
You see the gears in his. Imagine the gears and stuff that were spinning normally when you were talking previously. Yeah, they're currently spinning and stuff and like falling off their hinges and stuff, just trying to keep up another shot.
There's smoke coming out of the cogs and whatnot.
Him. You see his eyes start to spin a little bit as like light steam might be coming out of it.
He's just looking at two people who know like old tech and are just talking like it's nothing. Kain acts kind of dumb, but he's not.
Him proceeds just to sit on the kind of fall to the ground. His two little staffs and kind of immediately kind of rush towards him like, "You okay, sir?" So, "Oh, I'm fine. Just a bit of a dizzy spell." Ooh.
I mean, at that point, too, you would really have to consider a power source. Because if you were going to run magnets all throughout the city on the rails,
Oh,
you'd need an insane amount of...
Excuse me, gentlemen. It sounds... The mere things you're describing, that... How old are you two?
425.
425.
I'm only 32.
I'm sorry, Kat, but I have no thoughts for you right now.
He just looks at Michaeleen like,
I'm sorry.
"Why are you here?"
He looks I presume you two are siblings or something?
Twins.
Yes.
Were they identical twins at some point?
Yes.
Clearly not.
Yes.
If I'm correct, your body shape's much bulkier.
We would have had the same. Well, sorry, I got a mouthful.
Okay, sorry, just above all this entire time,
I was
Abe has,
physically more well off, I guess.
So, Abe is much skinnier, like, more twig-like.
He's got a runner's build.
Yeah, Abe definitely has a runner's build.
So
whereas Kain probably has like a heavy football
He's
build
got-
or like a heavyweighter.
He's got what is essentially Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was in his prime.
Yeah. Kinda.
Okay then.
Well, not that. I wouldn't say I'm that muscular, but like.
No, how about like a power lifter? Like you've got the bulk, you've got the strength. You're just not chiseled.
Yeah. Anyway, clearly those identical twins. And he looks at you specifically, Kain, when said twins, like, well, the whole age and stuff. What race do you look like the most in your
Just walking, I look like a human with purple tattoos.
But you're a human, are you not? Those hairs are no denied, and this.
At one point, I was.
As was I.
I'm gonna look at Abe and Michaeleen and be like, should I show him? Like,
no,
I'd really
just a
rather
little bit,
you
just
not-
like my hand.
I'd rather you not traumatize this one.
A bad
We're trying
idea.
to start the business deal.
He's already traumatized just by hearing about magnets.
Well, I'm gonna look and be like, well, if you're ever curious in the future and you can't blame me for it, I can show you. Our parents were not responsible with their experiments sometimes.
I mean, it all just depends.
Okay, the gentleman, as Xander is listening to you guys, he's just more and more kind of confused, perplexed, running like you can at least see he's doing multiple things in his head right now. So swapping one thing, adjusting it for the new outcome, and then
have a
taking that outcome and
question.
readjusting it further.
With the contributions our parents made and how intelligent and probably in the science field they were, would our last name have been known back then?
I mean,
Oh,
their
absolutely.
foundation probably would have.
Yeah, absolutely, foundation.
Oh, we can just throw that out there. Just be like, we're the last remnants of the
Arc
the
Foundation.
Vault.
Yeah, we're the last remnants of the Volt family that founded the Arc company.
The Arc. You're living. Oh, this. Sir Abe, I will most concurrently send you a letter and stuff with my answer on the thing and stuff. I must return to my books and stuff and immediately start researching. Gee, I'm sorry, there's too much to do right now. Bye.
Man, it's a good thing you didn't show him your library. He would have pissed himself.
Probably would have.
Or
the observatory.
Anyway, as he proceeds to request a note on to get him back, and they get guided out.
Well, I think that went well.
I think you broke his brain.
I tend to do that.
I tend to just zone out when you start talking all this science and technology stuff. It's not for me.
I'm really surprised Michaeleen ain't surprised that I actually have a brain.
I figured you did.
I mean, look who your brother is.
Hey, Michaeleen. As you're going about that, your thoughts start to drift a little bit, and you start thinking about music. You go to reach for your cabal, but it's not its usual spot. Real quick. Not missing. You go to check your room.
I'll be right back. I gotta go wash my hands.
Okay, I'm going to check my room.
You proceed to enter your room. It's pristine or slobby, or however you left it, but you do find something on your pillow that wasn't there before.
I will say that Michaeleen is a fairly cleanly person.
Okay. You find something on your pillow.
Doing a good job.
It is a scroll tube.
Michaeleen will... Well, first he's grabbing his cabal. But then
Exactly what you
gonna pick up the scroll and open it.
The second you pop the cap, an immediate smell of perfume hits your nose, of lavender, honey. As you get a whiff of it, you proceed to dump the scroll into your hand and unroll it. The letters written on this piece of parchment, you can see were precise and deliberate and almost written with like an air of confidence. I'll be seeing you soon. With the initials KS. Or, no, KI. With the initials.
Abe's gonna knock on his door real quick.
Was
You
he
hear the knock?
fucking here? And more importantly, he fucking remembers Michaeleen. He's a self-centered asshole. I thought he, out of anything, he'd be more like, I don't even know who the hell you are.
You have to remember, though, we have interfered a lot in our recent adventures.
Of course we
Yes,
have.
but none of his goons really got Mick's name.
Don't you remember what happened last episode?
No. Last episode was a blur because I was dealing with my nephew and kind of with stuff down in the house.
Okay, I'll explain what happened last episode as a quick recap for you. Last episode, as you guys were leaving the church on the way back to the Warthog, you got a feeling of being stared. You look behind you and notice a white fox walking behind a tree and vanishing. You made a knowledge check to remember about Kezes having white foxes, and you remembered that. That happened last episode.
The other thing is, you also have to remember, Estrella was a spy for Kezes. And so they know all our names, and his lackeys probably would recognize Estrella.
Well, no, they
we
wouldn't
talking about?
recognize her now. They shouldn't because she's
Okay, yeah,
ever since
they
she
will
got
not
her
recognize
Oh, that's right.
Estrella.
Estrella's supposed to be dead.
And
she
she's currently
looks like a
using
quail.
she's using a glamour to look like a quail harpy instead of a
Canary.
she's a
Canary
canary.
harpy. Yeah, canary harpy. Here, I'll show before and afters. Give me a second.
But yeah. So, I mean, it's honestly, it's
Hold on,
kind
what
of
did I
hard
miss?
not to notice the giant ship flying around, so...
What did I miss? I had to go pee too.
Oh, Kezes left a message for Michaeleen on his pillow.
Or at least one of his men did.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
More likely one of his men did.
So yeah, Estrella currently looks like a quail.
So wait, he
Better
got
than-
on our ship.
Hold on, Kain. Did you say you had to go P2? Like the sequel to P1?
Why?
No, I had to go pee too because I went
Could
to
you
go
stop
wash my
saying that?
hands.
Fair
Stop
enough.
saying that.
Anyways,
I didn't know they made a sequel to P.
I hear a duck coming to throw a rock at you.
Fair enough.
Anyways, Abe's gonna knock on Michaeleen's door.
Michaeleen's eyes are literally just slits, and his claws did extend as he sort of gripped the paper. And as he hears the knock, he immediately summons his sword from his ring.
Michaeleen, I just had a couple questions for you.
Michaeleen, he takes a deep breath and unsummons his blade and sends it back to the ring as he opens the door. And Abe can very clearly see that Michaeleen is not... He's like really high strung at the moment, like...
The hell got your knickers in a britch?
Michaeleen says nothing and just hands him the scroll.
Abe's gonna... Go ahead.
He hands you the parchment that was in his hand.
Abe's gonna take the parchment, like, looking at Michaeleen like, okay. And he goes to read it. Oh. That explains a lot. How did he even...
I don't know. But
How did he
someone
come on board?
connected to him was on this ship.
We kept a pretty good eye on those three. Did you notice
Yes.
anything?
No, I didn't.
How did he get on?
There
Oh,
could be a
well, it's
rogue
lackeys.
with skills
I don't
comparable.
He would be here himself. He never does something like this himself.
No, you're probably right. I think this is as good a time as ever.
Kain, you remember when Estrella said about his keeper when she said she met him?
Was Kain around? Was Abe around when Estrella said that?
Like,
I'm gonna say
he
yes.
was.
I'm gonna
Even
say...
if it-
Yeah, I'm gonna say at one point or another the information was spread across the party to some information, but if the party member paid attention or not, knowing Abe, he did.
Abe's got a photographic memory, so
And I don't know how pictures help with verbal communication, but okay.
He's also got an eidetic memory, which does audio as well.
It also helps that he's got a computer processor for a brain, so...
Yeah, his brain is a steel trap. Anyway, so
He's got elephant brain.
you immediately anyway.
About him having a white fox. Something very rare. I saw that fox yesterday. I think it was her.
Huh.
Michaeleen is going to click his boots of speed together. He's going to cast Long Strider on himself, cast Haste on himself, use his feline agility, use his dash, and he's going to run all throughout the ship, searching each and every room he can get access to.
I mean, it would probably be easier to call the fucking Abe to put out an APB on for the Odons.
He can do that as well.
Yeah, Abe will be doing that as well. He's
And just
literally
for my
just had a security
sister's,
breach, so I
just
don't know.
for my sister's sake, how fast all those things combined is Michaeleen currently running?
Like 1,000 miles or something per hour.
Yeah, it's
I
like
know we
it's
did the
your normal speed times like 400. So
Meanwhile, all this has been going down. Estrella has just essentially been grocery shopping.
Magic.
She's been grocery shopping and thinking about the little egg.
thank God someone's been grocery shopping because we all forgot to.
That's why you have
just
to
kill what we eat, though. Like when you think about it,
We're flying. There's nothing to kill.
This is why you have
Apparently
Estrella serving as the
Michaeleen,
mother, making
I
sure
need you to
everyone
make me
eats.
a perception check, nature check. Make me a smell check.
Me?
Yes, smell check.
Ah, all right.
While he's doing that, Salt, Abe is putting the ship on high alert, which means all of the doors that lead outside are now shut. So if they weren't outside of the ship already, they are locked in.
That
I'm gonna
is
say
a
by the time
natural
it
20.
takes, so by the time you guys take to get to Michaeleen to get to his room and all this to happen, they will long since out.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 on my end.
So, the doorway that leads out to the plank that you guys took to get up into the ship and stuff, you catch an ever so faint hint of the exact same perfume you smelled from opening the case.
I'm going to chase that down as fast as I literally am.
So, is
The
Michaeleen
doors-
running to find
gotta
Estrella?
go fast.
One
Gotta
moment.
go fast. Go
There,
fast.
when the
go
doors
fast,
are
go fast.
automatically locked and shut, I presume nothing can get them off their hinges? Besides
No.
brute strength?
I don't think
You
they
need,
have
like,
hinges.
a
They're like
shaped
bulkheads.
charge and like drilled into at least 3 inches of steel.
Yeah.
There is no lock to pick on these.
There isn't, because especially where Michaeleen is right now, it's not a small door, it's a large shutter.
So that has the big plank that leads down to people?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I presume... I'm guessing Odon kind of looks at you, Michaeleen, a little confused.
Open this door now!
Amelie radios in permission from Dare. From
Permission granted.
Door immediately starts pulling open. It gets maybe about 2 feet off the ground. You immediately slip underneath.
And I am off.
You begin chasing down this scent. You quickly move
Like
from
1,000
where you're at.
miles an hour.
into the actual city proper, and you're catching ever so hints of whiff of it, a little bit here, a little bit there. As you begin working through the city, you go from like standard market area to common living area to higher end, and then eventually you end up getting to what looks like to be a small, almost emissary-like place, or I don't want to say estate, like is emissary
Embassy.
embassy. There you go, an embassy, a beastman embassy.
Michaeleen's going to flip his cloak of invisibility over his head, go invisible, and go inside, still chasing down this scent.
You don't want to
But
like
not quite as fast.
Okay, give me 5 seconds. I have to take a pee.
you don't want to send a message back or anything. Be like, hey, might
How?
need
I
back.
have no
up.
way of communication.
Yeah,
We need to work on a way of communicating.
So technically, we all have earrings of whisper, which gives a small distance. It's like a walkie-talkie of sorts, but it's not. With the distance that you probably are from any of us, the closest you'll be to is either Estrella or Eiko. And I can't guarantee you being close enough to them. But I wanted to make sure
You can roll for
the
a
beetle
chance.
armor. Yeah, you could possibly try. The beetle armor. We're changing the motif from beetle to raven, right?
I think that was it. It was either Raven or Dragon.
I think
remember which
Raven
one
would be
you wanted.
cooler. Honestly, we were
Honestly, Raven would be cooler.
I do think so as well. Yeah, so because
Got a new DM now.
I'm designing it, and so it's pretty much done for the most part. I just had to remember which motif we were doing.
Are the feathers going to be made out of metal?
Yes.
Those who don't see this,
Move, get on my seat.
So
Estrella
like
has
a raven
Yeah,
black
hair.
angel almost.
Mhm.
That's awesome. And because he's cat, technically, it's
man, Salt's a
little
dick.
bit. Technically, because Michaeleen is also a cat, it's sort of like a raven house cat griffin sort of
What
thing
was that?
going on then.
What?
We're talking about the armor.
So,
I think Michaeleen wants to roll for a shot at something real quick.
Yeah, Michaeleen's flipped up his cloak of invisibility, went invisible, and went inside stealthily to find to locate the scent.
you can tell that the smell is in the air, but it's extremely faint. And you manage to make it to the edge where the grass turns into basically a wooden floor. But before you take a step, I want you to make me roll a knowledge check.
Wait. There's
History,
another
History
roll.
check.
history check, yeah, that'll work. And this is about Beastmans specifically.
Wasn't
That's
there
a
another roll you wanted to go
13
through?
plus 3, so 16.
You know what? I'm gonna say, due to your clouded judgment, if you don't remember anything currently at the moment of while you're running, as you run onto the one deck, you take about 6 steps, each one creaky as you do.
No creak.
Yes, creak, because
I
this is-
would say at the
I want to
speed
make
you're
a
moving and
stealth
everything,
roll.
You're at the speeds you're moving. I doubt you're
I
taking the time to
slowed
think about
down.
it.
When I got to the embassy, I literally said, I'm going to go through this, but not quite as fast.
you didn't specify by how much you reduce your speed.
Like down to a normal level.
So your normal walking speed then.
Yes.
So then I'll reduce that to 3 steps. At least each one creaking still regardless. Now that you heard the creak, I'll let you make the knowledge check again.
That's a 19 plus 3.
Sure, I'll take that. You remember that nobility, when they build their houses, all build it with these wooden floors, and they are designed to squeak when you walk, to make it impossible to stealth.
Michaeleen's going to zip his grappling hook gauntlet up to the ceiling and sort of zip up invisibly. So if anybody comes out,
No one seems to. No one seems to.
okay, I'm just going to zip, zip along the ceiling.
You proceed to start traveling throughout the bars, making turns here and there. Eventually, you get to a point where you see a bit of smooth stone tile that kind of separates off from this one pathway and leads to around a separate house, kind of on this property, at least. And the smell of the perfume is strong. Stronger in this area. Like it's in the house.
He's going to slowly descend from the ceiling onto the tile, and he's going to pull out his two regular daggers that he's had this entire time. Yes, it's written right here. And he's going to creep his way into where he's smelling this.
So as you lower down, at least, you see that there are two white foxes sitting on their knees quietly on either side of the screen door that leads to this place. You step on the forced tile. You proceed to take another step. Invisibility drops on the spot. They can see you.
Fuck.
Ew. It's like them simply sees you, gives you a bow of respect. We've been expecting you. Please enter.
He's going to slowly stand erect, crack his neck.
I know who you work for. Is he here?
We've been expecting you. They repeat their answer or statement.
Michaeleen is going to give a cat tail swish and an ear flick, and I want to make a sort of insight check onto these two. Like, what's their deal? That's a 10. Plus
I have a
4,
feeling
so
they
14.
might just be like,
It's a trap. It might be a trap at least.
Oh, it's very well much certainly a trap, I believe.
Imagine if they actually had Estrella. Like Estrella got kidnapped while getting groceries.
He didn't say it, but
I know, but still.
I did
He
say
also
smoke
hasn't
foxes,
denied
yeah? I did say white foxes,
Uh-huh.
yes?
yes, white fox.
Okay. I just want to confirm that.
Where is Kesses Indrath?
The one on the right. I simply does a slight nod. He's waiting for you inside.
Michaeleen's going
Or-
to...
She simply says, "Our master is waiting for you inside." Yeah, that's better.
Michaeleen is going to slowly... He's going to disengage his... He's going to unsummon his daggers. And he's going to summon a deck of cards. He's going to walk slowly into the... He's going to go past the
You get to
paper
the
curtain.
Anyway, you get to the deal, and one of the foxes and stuff, they open it for you. And you see directly across from this room being about, I'm going to say 30-foot square. 7.5 feet high, a very large couch and stuff, with Kezes sitting directly in the center, and so surrounded with 2 white foxes on either side of him, and an additional 8 around the room. All of them dressed in various beautiful garbs. And wealth. Give me I want quick question. How blinded are you by your own self-hatred of this man for a perception check?
He hates this man's guts more than anyone has ever lived. This man has taken everything from him. He has killed everyone he's ever loved.
Oh, one thing to note. He has one arm on one of the fox girls and stuff, and in the other hand, he has a rather substantial cigar he's
So he's a pretentious dick.
Yes, he is.
The worst kind.
He's simply smiling at you, and you can see a crooked smile on his wretched maw. You proceed to take a few steps, and you're in the small entryway, as you see Tatami mats laid out before you. There's like a few small, again, the whole Japanese-style entry into a room.
He's going to basically... the fur on his tail is going to bristle out. His eyes are slits.
Bottle brush.
He is clenching his deck of cards, but he's going to slowly walk in, just giving him the death stare.
Like the JoJo versus Dio death stare.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps eyes on you this entire time.
You finally made it. How have you been, boy?
This boy's gonna kick your ass.
Yep.
By the way, every time I take a puff of the cigar and stuff, he's doing one in game.
I'm surprised you even remember me.
I'm surprised as
Question
well.
above board. Does he have that fancy knife on him?
Not yet.
I'm surprised as well. But with all the staring about on that great flying boat of yours, as well as all that trouble you caused in the Alacrian pit, you've drawn my attention. I wouldn't forget something like that. You know why I've been looking for you for these past 10 years. Do you even remember? What was it? What was it? Was it for... trying to remember. Oh, right. Your old man. What was that fool's name? That hairless ape. That's right. Holvata, wasn't it? It was not just Holviti's death that made me hate you. My brothers and my mother. I don't remember killing any lady folk. Her name was Milia. Oh, that old tree. I have to admit, I still think we should have turned her into firewood. But I was too lazy at the time.
I was wanting to be a little stronger when I met this guy, but well.
I gotta try something.
He's going to slowly walk over.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Roll me a perception check real quick.
I wasn't going to say he walked. Is there a table between them somewhere?
No table. Just
I have a
Tommy
feeling
Mac-
he's gonna have a screen with like Estrella with a fucking dagger aimed at her or some shit.
That's an 18.
You
So,
notice on
plus-
your back foot a very slight tension as you go to peer down and see a very thin thread wrapped around the back foot.
Put simply, you do not have the amount of free will here that you may have thought. I would strongly advise you not move. Otherwise, I'll lose my deposit. Besides, you found me after all these years. Enjoy it. Why? Why what? Why did you take them from me? I took nothing from you. You took everything from me. I take stuff from people all the time. You're only interesting to me since you survived when I killed that old man of yours. I honestly couldn't have cared less whether you lived or died back then. But you survived and tried to hunt me down. You've captured my attention enough to toy with you. So unless you want to ruin my fun and just put yourself out of your misery now, I mean, I don't want that since I haven't had my fill of fun yet. Still, I'm torn as to whether I should just kill you now and end this charade, or if I should let you live a bit longer to squeeze more enjoyment from your suffering. What do you think, my dear?
As he kind of leans over to one of the foxes next to him and stuff, and she just kind of gives a happy voice. I think play is more fun. And besides, killing's too easy. I need to make this last.
What do you get out of this? Enjoyment? Duh. You mean you took my father, my brothers, my mother, my home from me for the pure enjoyment of it? Well, that and also your mother and your father had something I wanted, and they refused to give them to me. I was willing to pay them, but they refused. You
And someone's like, giving.
challenged to a duel and lost. Ah! I simply made a bad move. I still got what I wanted in the end. I just needed to make it a bit of a mess first.
Oh ho. I just remembered that I'm looking at my spells here and I see an opportunity. I need to look up something for a second. Because while we were in the Arathnica's library, one of the spell scrolls that I picked up and studied was a certain spell by the name of Dimension Door.
Go ahead.
Dimension Door. You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive at exactly the point, exactly the spot desired. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by how. Would you say Michaeleen sort of has a fairly good enough memory to remember which path he took to get here?
Fresh in your mind, you remember it.
Okay. All right.
You know, Kisses, I've hunted you for 10 long years. I've thought of everything I've wanted to say to you. Everything I wanted to do to you. Slowly. Painfully. But right now, I can't see a way to get to that. Except one. And I have only one thing to say to you. Goodbye.
As he just casually tosses his deck of cards on the floor, and he casts Dimension Door back to about 500 feet before.
You toss the deck of cards onto the floor. Nothing happens.
No, I know nothing happens. I haven't activated them yet.
They're just a deck of cards right now until he goes.
No, your spell fizzles. Dimension Door does not work.
Remember, your invisibility disappears when you walk into the house with something blocking spells.
Fuck.
You really think I wouldn't have protections in place? Magic is a dangerous thing, you know. It's not good to have people who can cast spells running around your house. A rental house. I mean, besides, if you left now, I wouldn't be able to give you the gift I brought you.
Brought you an orphan.
Oh no.
What? You don't want it?
Anything that you have to give, I wouldn't want. You sure?
As he reaches up, reaches next to himself up and tosses you to an orb wrapped in claws. Dex check.
Is it possible that any of us know where he is?
No one knows. He just ran out the door, bolted.
Depends, Abe. Do you have tracking in those things?
Earrings. He's also wearing your dimensional storage ring. I'm sure since you gave them all to the Odons, that if they got stolen or used by someone other than an Odon, you'd know pretty much exactly where that ring was, right?
So, the Odons have trackers built into them. Technically, you have a tracker, but it's not in the ring or the earring.
You put a tracker on Michaeleen? When?
It's in the boots.
Oh.
And I think the lizard might also be on the ship, so,
Yeah, Lucy would be on the ship.
Lucy, find your dad.
Not a good tracker. Anyway, Dex check.
That was a lizard,
that was
not a
an
good
8.
tracker.
He was moving really fast when this happened.
He still produces a smell, and if he's moving that fast, his sweat's going everywhere.
Let's let the scene play out, please.
How the hell am I going to get out of this?
Wait, would my tracker have been disabled?
Was it
It's a
magical
tech-based.
based?
It wasn't. It's tech-based.
Which Kezas doesn't really, as far as I know, isn't very,
I don't
Well,
know.
he's big into tech, but he has a magical thing that's turned off. Tech's different.
You want me to roll against you, or?
I'm debating something.
Okay.
You are able to use DM powers, just don't bullshit it. If it is feasible, then
Okay. I'm gonna say that your tracker, you had it for a certain point when he was on the property. So when he was on the property, you could still have it. Then all of a sudden, once he entered this room, gone.
Okay, so I'd know at least where, like, the building.
Yeah, rough building.
Okay. Does the
Oh,
room have
still take
windows?
time.
That's why I was like, yeah.
So put simply, this is an embassy way into town. Like he was running 1,000 feet per second.
so we
No,
can't drop
absolutely.
nukes on it.
I absolutely know that this is probably a distance away, but it's also been a time since he ran.
And this is also going to be a war crime.
So, again, does the room have windows?
I'm gonna say they're screen windows and stuff, but again, Asian rice paper.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Michaeleen is pissed.
So
I'm stuck.
what do you
Yeah.
get? What did you get for the dex check?
He's stuck through a rock
I got an
between a rock and an
18.
explosive.
18. You catch it. You catch it. It is wrapped in a very fancy red silk. Perfectly spherical. And the silk has a bit of a gold edge lining to it. Do you move the silk out of the way to see what's inside?
Yeah.
As you do, you reveal a stone orb, somewhat sandy in color, maybe a touch bigger than a softball in nature, with various runes and markings carved into it, many circles in placement. You see a similar pattern that looks kind of like a tree on it, on the sides. Reminds you of something specific.
Something I saw maybe as a child.
No, you wear this.
It's Lily's mark.
Yeah, a variation of it.
That is what was under the dryad's tree. Did you ever wonder how an apple tree, which needs lots of water to survive, was able to thrive in the desert? It was because of that she gained her life from an artifact. That small piece of stone gave her just enough life force to sustain her tree. I knew she was old. What does this matter? You simply don't look deep enough, boy. That is a source of energy that rivals most, and she used it for a tree. She refused to hand it over when I asked nicely, so I took it by force. Of course, she and a couple worthless cubs had to die. Oh well, who cares? I was using that to extend my own life, but now it's worthless. So have it as a gift from me to you. A small piece of your dear old dead mother.
Definitely don't let them find out about the sapling.
Or the egg. Don't let him discover both either.
He's giving you a warm smile and stuff that you know is absolutely fake. He's antagonizing you to the nth degree, almost baiting you at this point.
He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath.
One day, Cassis, I will find you again. And I will kill you. Don't worry. I'll get my hair done so I look good when you cut my head off.
At this point, Kezes is just going to hear, unfortunately, you won't get the chance. As
Bang!
Smoke grenades are now breaking through the rice paper on both sides.
And that's when Estrella swoops down and gives him the old hawk treatment. Falcon punch!
I thought she was going to say hawk tour.
Oh my god. Give me a hawk tour.
Okay.
You would attack him like a hawk.
Kane's also going to just burst in fucking chopping.
Oh my god.
Let's go back like 10, 20 seconds. Did Abe get in contact with everybody?
Yes, we'll say contact was made. You got in. Abe, as you were about to get near. Okay.
I'm not near. He can just hear me. I'm throwing. We are currently just throwing smoke grenades in at this point.
I'm jumping in.
Okay, Kane's jumping in.
Michaeleen's going to quit. He's going to shoot. Okay.
Okay. The smoke grenades were about to make contact and stuff. Then all of a sudden, a shimmering of light, right, and they bounce off before they make contact. A wall of force has been engaged around on the perimeter of this building.
Man. All right,
I'm sorry.
Okay, I will explain it.
No, okay. You can explain all you like, but I didn't say I'm shooting them at the building. I'm shooting them through the rice paper.
Yes.
I'm in the building.
Force.
He's inside the building.
Okay.
Yeah, this is inside the building, right?
How far into the building are we?
Okay. This is again, small property. You have the main building itself. This is a smaller building on the outside on like the edge of the wall of the property. At least with the stone path that leads into it. It's like a shed. Or something separate altogether. And there's no other ways into it besides the main one that Michaeleen took. And that's closed behind you with the two foxes sitting outside.
So when the question they asked before was, are there windows? The answer is no.
No, they're rice paper windows.
Okay.
Again,
then
easily broken through.
Which makes it a source you can go through.
Well, not if you have any decency.
No.
I traumatized a priest at a bar, man. You think I have decency?
Fair enough.
Decency is a very foreign word to your brother. I hate to say it, but it's true.
But
hopefully when we're all...
So you are inside the property, but outside of this building. Does that make sense?
Yes, outside.
He's on the grounds of this building.
Yes. And so you go to
Like, all right, Kezes, we don't know if you're here, but you got about 10 seconds before this building becomes past tense.
Well,
I happen to be inside of it, you know.
Yeah, potato. We'll figure that out afterwards.
Well, you are certainly traveling with a lively bunch, aren't you, boy? What can I say? I found a new family.
This wall of force, does it stop everything?
it's the wall of force. It's a perfect force field.
That means it stops oxygen?
No,
There's
it does not
oxygen
stop
inside.
oxygen.
No. Does it stop people?
Yes.
We can't.
Does it stop gas?
Wall of force.
So it stops quite literally everything.
Hold on, time out. Does it stop things that are not of this world?
Yes.
You are physical being things, so you cannot phase through it due to your shadow magic.
Does it stop oxygen?
That's what I was also asking.
Oxygen can pass through.
Okay. Which means gas can.
In general, can gas in general just pass through?
The wall of force protects whatever is on the inside of it, or Again, it's a perfect wall of force, so nothing's getting in, nothing's getting out.
I wonder, I'm thinking about gaseous form.
Will not work.
Oh.
Anyway, so.
Well, I'm done with this conversation. You can leave.
Michaeleen's going to quickly use his grapple gauntlet and grab back the deck of cards that was on the ground.
As he lifts his hand, and the doorway lifts behind you, and the tension you felt on your back foot before is gone. Along with that, the sensing... Actually, roll me an Arcana check real quick.
One Arcana?
You probably will have noticed this by now, but I'm just rolling it.
That is a 16 plus... I think I have a 3 or 4 in Arcana. I have a 3 in Arcana, 6 in
Okay.
19.
Okay. You felt the magic. So once the tension kind of got off and you realized, like, you were basically in a trap made to kill you if you moved out of it. And you feel all those magics lower down. As if all the guns and stuff that he had pointed at you just go down and no longer aim. As he's just giving you a sickly grin, like, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Above board, can I, at this point, drop the cards on the ground and then Dimension Door out? Fuck.
Hold on. Why are you going to
All right.
destroy the place? There might be some shit left over.
I'm putting this simply. Kezis has enough safety precautions set up. Even if it did land the ground touch up, he would be safe along the Golden Serpent. He has safety precautions on top of safety precautions on top of safety measures. He's a smart man. He would not leave himself defenseless if anything.
When I kill you, Kezis, you will feel 1,000 burning thorns. Oh, joy. Don't worry, I'll leave a spot right here.
As he, like, lowers his, like, robe and stuff, revealing, like, his chest.
Does it too have a Tree of Life on it now?
I wasn't gonna put one, but sure. But it's all withered, decay, and filled with thorns.
So basically, he sapped what energy was in the orb that he stole from Milia and made his own bastardized version of a Dryad's Blessing.
So basically what would happen is...
So this would be a Dryad's Bane. In his case.
So basically, when he used the item for the first time, it made that mark. It would be full. It would look very similar to yours, but it would wither over time. But by the time it withered, the orb would be full of magic again. He would use it again. So, he basically was extending his time, at least by a couple additional years. Well,
so how old would you say he was when he killed Milia?
What?
Physically,
you know
how
old
old was
interesting
he?
is if he's like Craven, where he has like a fucking like cancer, and he did it because of that.
And his tree is blighted, so again, it's Dryad's Bane, rather than a Dryad's Blessing, like what Michaeleen has.
Because Michaeleen's thing connects him to the weave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Kezis is not connected to the weave, unless you're saying that doing so connected him to the weave in order to extend his life.
I will put simply, the one you have connects you to the weave and magic. It has nothing to do with your lifespan. The one he had did connect to his lifespan.
But it did not give him magic.
No, not a single drop. He was merely using it for life. Again, the artifact is made for life, giving resources. That's what's happening.
The giving tree.
Basically that. And he was feeding off it.
Michaeleen's going to grit his teeth before turning and leaving.
Do you take it with you?
Of course I'd take it with me.
Okay. You proceed to take few steps out the thing, then all of a sudden for you get teleported out to the outside of the property.
Where is Abe and the rest of the gang?
I'm gonna say everyone's right next to you. He did an AoE teleport.
Ladies and gentlemen, our mini BBEG. Not the main BBEG, the mini one.
Bastard.
Don't worry, I've got a mini BBEG coming up at some point as well.
Is it Gub Gub?
It may or may not be Gub Gub.
Please don't let it be Gub Gub anyway. I'll go for one of his eyes. If that would make it happen.
I don't think Gub Gub has eyes.
No, I'm talking about Kezek.
No.
Estrella straight up offering to claw out one of his eyes
Eiko,
with her talon.
does a 17 hit?
Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Oh, let me check. Shit. If it meets it, it beats it. So yes, a 17 does hit.
All of a sudden, and you feel a sharp pain in the back of your calf. You look around. You see a small pink, weird-looking homunculus wearing underwear. Proceeds to start running away.
Michaeleen, does Michaeleen see this?
Perception check.
Michaeleen is
Michaeleen
pissed.
just starts having
That's
an
a
existential
16
crisis 'cause you remember it as
plus-
a dream.
No, 16 plus 4, 16, 18, 19. Dirty 20.
Bah.
Michaeleen is just so pissed he needs to hit something. So, seeing this, Michaeleen immediately, punts that little shit
You don't want to
into
do
next
that.
week.
You don't
Roll
want to
the
do
head.
that.
Roll the head. Roll the head.
Oh, you do not want the curse of Gub Gub.
That's a natural
Oh
20.
no.
That's the thing. You are going to be cursed by Gub Gub. I'm not kidding.
Oh my gosh.
You proceed to run up and you punt this motherfucker as hard as you can. He goes shooting straight up into the air.
Michaeleen pulls out his little pea shooter and pops it. Like
May I intervene for a quick little moment?
I was
Fine.
given.
Michaeleen, within your mind, as Gub Gub starts soaring far, far beyond, you hear in the back of your head a deep, resonant voice. I won't forget this, Michaeleen.
Piss off. I've had a bad fucking day.
If you've had a bad day.
Take it one down just to turn it around.
Michaeleen, you've made enemies with Gub Gub. Congratulations.
Great, I'm gonna kill that fucker.
I don't think you can.
Well, it has been quite a experience now, hasn't it? Thank you all for joining us for our little soiree. Join us next time. Maybe, just maybe, Michaeleen will get what he wants. I doubt it.